Oh, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's a Friday, free flowing Friday. It's me, Wingishni Bay, Majanki Quay, Christiana Carr, and Chris Carr, Superstar. Yep, all this beautiful divine being right here. So, Christmas countdown is on. Friday the 13th. Lucky Friday 13th is when I'm recording this, actually. We had that 12/12 full moon there. How'd that affect you? I'm feeling really emotional, drained, hanging in there as best I can. But this is, yeah. I used to be a big Christmas person. So excited, so excited. Have these traditions, want to build traditions, create new traditions, carrying old traditions. And, when you bring two families together, or when you're attempting to, right, and traditions, it's kind of hard when one family wants all their traditions, but they won't accept any of yours, really. That's how it felt. I'm not saying that's the way it was. It's how it felt. So it felt like a big fight at Christmas, and I don't like fighting. I back away from fighting. It's funny, there are times when I jump right in. I remember being a little pub a few years ago, and I knew the band, because we'd watch them at different places. A friend of mine there had been interested in the lead singer, guitar player, whatever, I don't know, was helping. I don't know the whole story, so I'm not sharing that. It's personal. But the point being was there was a bar fight. Some guy stumbled into me, and this other guy was really nice, wasn't a boyfriend or anything like that. No flings, nothing. So there was nothing there, whatever. But this other guy was just really rude, and I think that was just the final straw. And then he almost tipped over their equipment, and he was stumbling around, this drunk guy. So the guy in the band got all up, and then everybody came up, something in me kicks into action. I go jumping into the middle of this crowd in the bar, like there could be a bar brawl. What am I doing? But I'm not thinking. Except for just to stop, defuse, no fights, right? That's what I do. And I went up to the guy, look over my shoulder, look at who's looking at you. This is not worth it, right? It's helped talk him down. We went talking outside the bar, and he had said to me, like, wow, like, I can't believe, like, it's what you said. It's helped to snap me out of it. And like, I barely knew the person, but that's kind of been my thing. We went to visit a girl I met in one of my groups, to visit her and her husband there. And there was some drinking, of course, right? And they got over drinking, and we were about to leave. I had my kids in the car. They were sleeping. Yeah. They were sleeping. We were going to drive home. And then these two started fighting right by the car. They were bumping into the car. I was trying to get in there, banging the door. And I jumped in, put my hands between it. Look at you guys. Hello, right? You're both drunk, whatever. But, help to diffuse that. So, I don't like fighting. I try to avoid it. But I recognize there is these times where it's like I jump into action. I'm not thinking about it, but it's like, need to stop that fight. It's not worth it. There's no need to fight. You can see a misunderstanding happening. It's easier when you're sitting on the outside to see how people can be misunderstanding each other than when you're right in the midst of it. Because I've been right in the midst of it. I've misunderstood people too. I've reacted on emotional things to what I thought was being said, or what I thought was meant by being said. I mean, it's all our responsibility to look at that. Yesterday was the family assessment appointment with me and my kids. And I think they showed a pretty true picture of how they don't really listen to their mother, and they just do whatever they want. And we played nice together. It was nice playing together in the room. It's tough. We've had all this health devoid, unlimited potential. There's a miracle coming. We need to open up to it. Clearing out all this stuff to open up to that miracle coming in, right? Well, it's a miraculous time of year, isn't it? Whether you believe whose birthday it is or not, right? Or, you know, we don't all believe the same things. That's okay. Tomatoes, tomatoes. See, I think that might be part of my purpose, too. To stop those fights, to see where there's misunderstanding. Integration, alligator. Integrating all that we've learned on this earth walk. All of us. Seeing and rolling with the punches, because you know what? Alligator observed before it makes that strike. And alligator represents rolling with the punches and patience. Because, you know, alligator will take his prey and roll with it and roll with it. But it doesn't eat it all at once. And when it doesn't eat it, it kind of stuffs under a log. Or, oh, it doesn't eat it right away. I believe that's how it goes. It stuffs it under a log to help tenderize it, right? So it has that patience. We need those patience when we're praying for miracles and hoping for those to come in. Praying for the truth to be seen, because that's all I pray for. It's for the truth to be seen. Highest and best interest of my children and of all. Been working hard to get myself out of this van thing that I got into too. Because I made a purchase when I was emotionally distraught, trying to get myself to Timmins. Be with my big brother, because my other big brother took his life in his own hands. So I signed this contract with this guy. I was already in with this other. Kawartha Chrysler. Months. Remember, I was up there for years. Okay? And I went up, looked at a van. They said, okay, we got approval for your van. I go up there and it's not even the van I was looking at. So it was a van. It was an Uplander. It fit all of us for seating, but it didn't have no room. I'm like, yeah, well, this is great. It fits all my family, but we can't take anything along with us, right? Can't take any of our stuff. Even the dog, there's not much room for the dog. We needed the space for the dog, too, when we're traveling down to Barrie at that time. Oh, no, you work your way up. And you know me, I usually would just buy my vehicles outright, right? Vehicles with character, that's fine. Remember my Buck No-Go, I called it? It was a Chevy Nova, right? And Nova, Espanol is no-go, right? So I called it Buck No-Go. And Buck No-Go because it had this, like, backfire thing, like, oh, go Buck. And the window wouldn't stay out. I had all these cars with character, so I thought, you know what, the stress on my body and all that, I need a van that fits all of us, right, that's easy for me to get in and out of, so I'm not coming from low up to hot, whatever, right, so started with the Uplander. Okay, you have that for a year, right, so we get into this course, right, I got to pay more interest, because although I've never gotten myself in deep debts. I've always been good with that. Never wanted a credit card or whatever. Well, these things didn't build my credit. So my credit is more of a no credit than a bad credit. You know what I mean? Which can almost be worse sometimes. So I had to go for these high interest rates, right? Because I went in proposal with my credit card. Never defaulted on it, but I saw it was getting out of hand. So I'm like, can I? Even the proposal company had to put themselves down because you had to have more than one debtor. Right? So you've got to be so worth for them to help you, right? And because in between states, like, and even when I called them, like, credit protections or whatever, right? And saying this is getting out of hand, they said, well, we can't help you until you default. So I never defaulted until they told me I had to default before I could get the help from the ombudsman or whatever that was and all that stuff. Long and short of it is now I've got, it's the third van. With the third van, yeah, I had the Uplander, the other van. This would be the third one, but not through Kawartha Chrysler because that was taking too long. I said I needed it. I went in on time. I even took my kids down to the general manager there and said, come on, help a mama out. You have this sign out front that says that, they give back to the community and stuff like that. Here's a single mom in this community needs an accessible vehicle. I had him agree to sell me a brand new one at wholesale. Okay, because I've been waiting so long. I've already in these things. They don't do private financing anymore, right? And then the finance lady there that was trying to help me out, well, because I went in there, she actually yelled at me. My kids told her to stop yelling at their mom. And then, so that was like the final straw. I was just being put off and given the runaround. And, and I go in with giving them months because, okay, if it's going to take them some time to find that, whatever. Being understanding of them. And that drives me nuts when these big companies want you to have compassion for them and how people have defaulted before. And that, that's why you get, consequences of that, right? They want you to have compassion for their finance company. But they don't have as much back this way. I don't know. So now I've been working through 401 Auto. A gentleman down there helped me out because I switched over, and then they said, oh, I get the van. So it's not a brand new one. It was a 2015, but it had the buttons. These things are not luxury for me, to automatically open up. And the sides. And the heated seats, that makes a difference too. Now with those leather heated seats, it's causing more pain in my body. What I really need is an accessible vehicle I can drive my scooter up into. For now, I need to take it easy on my body while I'm building the strength back up. So, but I haven't heard from this guy. I tried in June. And because when I went down there in my distraught state of just thinking about getting to Timmins and all this came out, I looked at the numbers on the paper, looked like the number that the finance lady at the Kawartha Chrysler was telling me, so I just signed it. And it wasn't until after I looked at it all, and with all this stuff, I can't keep up with the phone calls and the paperwork and all that because it's the tedious things to be able to get that stuff back, to stand up for yourself and get that fair treatment. And a lot of those companies, hey, because it is so tedious, people won't, right? And they keep getting away with it. And this Carfinkel, I'm calling them right out. I've been with them. It's 3 contracts, but each one is a new contract. So I'm trying to build a relationship there, but it doesn't give me any breaks or nothing. And then they charge again. They roll over the amount from the last one, right? Now, as I've learned, when you're paying off and you've got interest rate, it's the interest that pays. You pay first before you pay the principal. So after paying for a year or 2 years there, right? I've just paid the interest, right? So they move the principal over. Now I'm paying interest on that again because it's in that new contract. And I don't see how that is fair. How can they get away with that? So, but I've been trying. I contacted this new guy at 401 Auto in June. And he said, oh, because I had defaulted because he got me into a bi-weekly. I can't do bi-weekly. I need a monthly. So that worked. And again, right? They can't help you until you default or whatever, or they needed this part, so it ends up defaulting, so then that goes against my credit when I'm trying to build it to get my mortgage here. So many things are so discouraging. I don't blame people when they give up. But I can't. It's not in me. Give up to God, right? Great oneness divine that helps me out with that. But I can't just sit back and let them take advantage of me like that. Or anybody else. And I always feel like I'm standing up for myself, like being that first one on the dance floor kind of thing too. Helps. I can share that with others. Oh, here's the roots. They don't let you know about this stuff. So here's some things that I found out. So sharing that for that tedious work so somebody else doesn't have to go through all that tedious work too and you get that stuff. So it's just a little bit on my mind. Things I'm trying to take care of to get that Christmas because I thought if I could get the van switched then there wouldn't be a payment until next month. And I'll get there. It's okay. This is also right. It was about 2 years ago when we started all this stuff, things that I knew that I wish weren't true, that I wish I didn't know, that I wish I didn't have any. Well, I wish I did. That was good, because then I would keep going. Well, that just popped in my head too. Princess Shikasa, a litter of puppies. One of the first puppies I had given to my mom's boyfriend's daughter at the time. Mom ended up taking over the dog. Phoebe, this 11, same age as Seth. So she had a pretty long life. A lot of stress there. So her heart was, right? Isn't that funny? My mom called to tell me about that and seemed more concerned about the dog than myself when I told her I'm having heart issues, and she just wanted to know what they said it was. You know, plays it off when I say, well, I've not done all the testing yet, but they do know vasovagal syncope from my low blood pressure. And you know what? All this testing was to get a baseline. So, I mean, really, the diagnosis... Well, I'll get more test results, but so far what the cardiologist could see was, yes, vasovagal syncope, and it's due to my low blood pressure. So it has to do with my heart, the vasovagal syncope. So vasovagal syncope can be caused by many things. The side of blood, you know. For me, it's from that low blood pressure. So it does have to do with my heart. Why I faint and pass out. Things that I've looked at, like I've always had burning when running. So those are symptoms of heart things, because my lungs are fine. So, and that's fine too. I mean, it's grief. Literal pains in the heart, because I've never grieved so hard in my life. It's the hardest, the furthest I felt from my happy-go-lucky self. Feeling less authentic than I have been. When I go out, I'm putting on the smiley face and I'm feeling like just crawling in my bed with the covers over my head. Those things and burnout, those things seem like luxury to me. Which is sad. No. I don't want to burn out. I feel like I already have. And I've called in my supports, and that's what's just keeping this body going. I'm not thinking of, you know, taking my life in my own hands or anything like that's something, even from a child, from little. No, that would hurt. Not me, that would hurt others. Hey, I know I grow from pain. It's here teaching me a lesson. My pain bothers me because it hurts others to see me in pain, right? That's when it bothers me most, or when it brings more pain on me. I try to just carry on. I don't want to talk about it. I do go on about it. I don't like to hear it. Free float Fridays. I'm good. Yeah. Just has to release that. Just have to release that. That's, you know, not carrying that no more. I need to release that. And I've sent a message again to 401 Auto. Get that. So, you know what? Send out your prayers, your energies. That's what I need. That's energetic support that I'll get there. Surround those people to help me with that love and that light, and bless them. Bless them so much. You know. I know people's caught in their policies and stuff like that, that even the ones that really want to help you, sometimes their hands are tied and they can't. So, that's what's highlighted to me. Need to change these policies. Okay, I'm just going to do this right now for everyone. If one's going to fall out for me. And because of this one, because I'm looking at different cards here. My medicine woman tarot says, bring me one of those. Just drawing one of those. Don't look at a whole bunch flipped over there. I'm going to take all those. Just one, please. Just one to think of as I'm leaving. Oh. Okay, self-reflection, seeker of the light within. Your art is your shield and power, but that's two. Just one. Thank you. There we go. That one popped out there. Just one. So it needed that seeker, that self-reflection. Right, that's the high priestess sitting by the water. Seeker of this light within, right? Letting our own light shine. So this is what I'm doing. I need to release all this stuff. Right, you two. What are you seeking for? Seeking self-reflection, right? Looking at the reflections of what we've been through. What do we reflect to others? What do others reflect to us? Right? What is our life reflecting to us and what we need to do? For me, this van stuff, there's lots of little policy things that I get out there and help the people that have in these struggling states. You know, the ones that, you know, caught in the middle. Caught in the middle, where everything's not so detrimental. It's like you've got to be so worse off. Like the family mental health here. You can't just bring your family in there for preventative measures. They're there for, after there's a diagnosis. So they don't help you unless there's a diagnosis. Right? So that's where the struggle is, that in between. Right? And I didn't fall into addictions and things like that, like drug addictions and stuff. I am addicted to pleasing people and addicted to avoiding the conflict, I guess, maybe sometimes. Or shrinking myself and playing small. Because I didn't want to be a target to get hit all the time. Like, oh, look at this, okay. Oh, reflection on that. Reflect. This is me, my cousin Tammy, and this is my Uncle Daniel. And underneath here, that's my biological father. Okay. Music. Right? That's okay. Then I put a heart over my mother's face. Send them love. Love and music, love and light. But right now, triggers me to see those faces. Triggers me to see those faces. That was in Niagara Falls on the New York side. I believe. I went down to try and find that rock. My cousin and I wanted to do that. We never did that. Why is you? I get to do the stuff I want to do when there's nobody else around. Really? Most of the time. It's good times when I could, but I'm always defaulted to, okay, it seems like people are more passionate about their stuff, so I will back off. Okay. Seems more important to you than me, that's fine. I'll get to do stuff for myself. My things that I want when I'm by myself. Anyways. I'm okay. Where'd my Kleenex go? I feel like I got, a mess happening here. What a mess everywhere here. Oh my goodness. I put it under there. No. Ow. Oh goodness. Okay. That's enough for now. More medicine in me. No. Christmas special's gonna be coming out, eh? I will. I've got my little Christmas outfit downstairs. See if the Christmas fairy can come, huh? Right? That would be wonderful. I don't know what she'll sound like. We'll see. Love yous. Yeah, yes. I'm starting to clear the cup, and then I'll put my logo on it like it's on this one. Okay. You're getting there. I want to do a documentary too. Oh, for sure. Anybody interested in joining in that documentary, okay, of sharing our stories, the system, okay? My editors and cinematography shall help me out. So putting out that call. If you're on the SOS Tech or look for the SOS Tech, you could share there. Okay? But seriously, I want to do a documentary of everybody that's gone through the system, that's growing up in it, that's experiencing it now, in any way, shape, or form, whether it's the court systems, the CAS systems, any system that's supposed to be there to protect the children. Okay? Whether you lived through that from a child, and then you grew up in that, how that affected you, how that affects you now as an adult. For parents going through this, how do you feel? Do you feel like supported by this system, or do you feel that it takes away some of your power? You don't have to share personal details. You can write it in an anonymous story, but I feel this is very important, and this is what the SOS Tech was all about, and this is how we start making the changes to the system. Okay, and hey, and we're not just starting. Okay, there's been those squeaky wheels, so we need to add our voices in, right? Remember that song? Has everybody listened to that song? Maybe I'll post it along with that, or maybe we can find and add the link. Add a link in here, maybe a little inset video. So stay past the ends. Have you noticed that? Because my editor is putting those inside in links. But maybe we need to do that before I'm done talking, before you go off to the house thing, because some people might stop it when they get to the ending with the house in it. So maybe kind of hold them in there before that. I don't know. We'll work those kinks out. Anyway, resilience. My voice is tiny, and I'm sure so is yours. Put them all together, we'll make a mighty roar. So this is what we need to do. You see me doing this. I get caught up. I have to take care of my own stuff before I come on again. Okay, but it's an example that you can do this too. You can do this too, and together we can help make a difference. Okay? We can help make a difference. Or at least shine a light that there needs to be changes. At least shine a light that the system is causing more harm than it is helping. Right? It's adding to the damage. I mean, triggering even. So, I would greatly appreciate that. Remember, it's not just for me. This helps your little inside, your other littles that are still outside and still growing up. This helps those littles to come that may go through those systems. Because it's the children that's going to grow up and take over. What kind of example is being set for them? How are they going to feel safe in this world? So please share. That's the whole point of this. That's the whole point of this. I mean, get paid, bonus, whatever. But I didn't start this. I didn't start the YouTube or the SOS Tech as a job to get paid, right? See, get me out there too, right? Not just me, but that message. That it's not just coming from me, right? I'm not the first one to say this is a broken system. Oh my God, so many people have said to me that. And how discouraging, right? Oh, it's a broken system. How do we get so, what's that called, docile or whatever? Because we go, it's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. And then we don't fight, right? It's like those companies, they keep getting away with it because, hey, it's so tedious to go through all this stuff. But as we do it all together, joining in our own experiences in that. Even how it's helped you too, right? Anybody that's worked for a CAS or is working for them, that's where we don't have to share personal identities or anything like that, but the facts of what goes on there. Like a fact, when I asked, is there different policies for First Nations children and, general population children, whatever, right? I don't like separating. That feels so wrong to me. But they said, no, they don't. Right to my face, they lied to me because I know they have separate policies, right? With the Indian Act, oh yeah. separate policies in there so they don't treat them the same. I noticed a difference just saying I self-identified in the way I was treated and how seriously I was taken. Where, what, because I self-identify, does that bring my credibility down? Because, you're believing the one that has criminal record, whether they got pardoned from it or not. Okay? I don't have any type of criminal record. So, but because I self-identify, well, I don't know, but that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Feels like got reprimanded too. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, when I questioned the credentials of the family assessment worker, and then by the end of that very same appointment, she's saying she needs to phone the CAS on me. So much. So much. So come on, help out. Let's join this together, okay? Because hey, it's a lot for me. I know. Those of you out there too are going through similar things. Your own struggles there. Where we need to stand up. Join together. We need each other. We were not meant to be all like, and I've said that, I want to be self-sufficient, all that, self-reliant, blah, blah, blah. We are reliant on each other as the human beings. We are made and designed to connect. We need contact with each other, physical contact with each other. If we don't get that at young ages, we could die from not having that physical contact. So we are here to connect with each other, not to just be all these little wandering, all individuals. We're individuals, yes we are, but we're all one, right? Like our bodies here. Hey, we got all these individual parts, but it's all one body, right? So we need each other. We need to connect. No man is an island with that. What? Right? It's a song, right? Of course. So connect. Reach out. Share a story. All I want for Christmas is to hear from you. Share your stories with me too. Okay, love you. Can't wait to hear from you. And release it, right? Don't take it into the holidays. Something, release. Give that gift to somebody else, to letting them know they're not alone. This is a hard time of year for others. So let's share, put that support out there. You're not alone. Okay? You're not alone. Okay, biggest heart hugs ever. Thank you for being you and shining your light through in everything you do. Thank you for sharing your stories too. I love you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day and weekend. Whenever it is you're watching this. All right. I'll see you soon. Thank you.